We are at the Castle Peak trailhead right up by Donner Summit. We're going to head up to the north on the Pacific Crest Trail, take a look at the Peter Grubb Hut, Castle Peak, and Basin Peak. So let's head on up the trail. Leaving Donner Summit, we'll head north, climb out of a long valley, catch a ridge, and head up to Castle Peak. Quite a grueling climb up this one. Then we'll walk a long ridge over to Basin Peak, from where we'll look back at Castle Peak and the lands to the south. We'll loop around and join the Pacific Crest Trail, go down to Round Valley and visit the famous Peter Grubb Hut. From there, we'll retrace our steps and go back to the car. As you can see, the leaves are just beginning to turn. We're climbing up the ridge towards the north side of Castle Peak. Over there on the left, Basin Peak. With a little luck, we'll get to the top or near the top of Castle and then cut over to Basin for some great views. There's Castle Peak. We won't go to the top, we're going to go just off to the left and get on the ridge between Castle and Basin. It's been a long ways up from the PCT. You can see the meadow where the Peter Grubb Hut is way down there in the valley. We came up that scrambly ridge, cut just below the top of Castle Peak, right up there, and now it's time for a long ridge walk, heading north to Basin Peak. It's one of the last 9,000 foot peaks anywhere in the Sierra until you get to past the Oregon border and the Cascades. Let's go. And a very steep drop off down to the Truckee area down there. There's Basin Peak right up there. You can see the ridge trail ahead of us. We're just going to wiggle our way all the way to the top. Here we are, top of Basin Peak. Take a look. Back towards Interstate 80 and the Boreal Ski Resort. And looking north towards the Sierra Buttes, where 4 years ago I saw the very beginnings of the biggest fire in the Sierras, in Sierra history, the Dixie Fire. It was just 5,000 acres at the time and just shooting a plume, and I got a picture of it. Once again looking north, and on the right you can see the Sierra Buttes, and on the left you can see the plume of the Dixie Fire. Now we're going to head off down from Basin Peak. You can see Castle Peak up there in the upper left, down into that valley down there with the big meadow, and right by the meadow we'll look at the Peter Grubb Hut. And that's Mount Lola at 9,100 feet. It is the northernmost 9,000 footer in the northern Sierra. There's the meadow in Round Valley, and the Peter Grubb Hut is right next to it. That's where we're going. Our little trail is joining the PCT. We're going to follow the well-graded PCT all the way back. Next stop, the meadow and the Peter Grubb Hut. We're down in the meadow now. There's Basin Peak. There's the ridge we hiked over. And there's Castle Peak. And remember, these are two of the very last 9,000-foot peaks in the Northern Sierra. Go north from here, the range gets low, not as dramatic. Go south, and you get into the bigger range of the Sierra. And now we're coming to the Peter Grubb Hut. The hut is popular for hikers and skiers year-round. And take a look at that second-story door. That tells you how deep the snow can get around here. We've seen Castle and Basin Peaks, and we took a look at the Peter Grubb Hut. So now it's time to go back to the car, 2.5 miles straight ahead.